Good morning. It has been over a year since I've posted anything to my channel, and I think it's time to change that. So let's see what's happening out in my yard. It has been a year, so obviously a lot has changed. If we go back to the original site here, you'll see that I no longer have my garden barrels. Hi, Dottie. Dottie's still here. Hi. This spot was great for sunshine, but it was just too much with the wind, so there, my garden barrels over there, you might recognize that little thing there. It was just too much. If I didn't constantly have something planted in it, the wind just took all the dirt away, and so most of my nice amended soil ended up in the neighbor's yard. I do still have my little mini citrus orchard here. I've got, you'll probably remember my key lime. The orange tree has gotten really, really gigantic. I've got my kumquat tree, which is doing awesome. It's actually filled with kumquats. I don't know if you can see them in there, all the orange. And then it's also full of buds, so we got bees going on there, if you can see them. I've got my tangerine tree and then my blood orange tree. This is awesome. The kumquat and the blood orange are easily doing the best. The rest of them, I don't know what's going on. This is my tangerine tree and then my orange tree. They keep setting fruit, but then they keep dropping the fruit. I'm not sure. I've tried fertilizing at the right times. Maybe they just don't like the desert. We're not going to be here forever, so we'll just try to keep them alive. And something interesting that happened here was that this key lime tree got totally attacked by aphids, and just out of sheer laziness I've been kind of letting these weeds stay here. They grow because of all the water that comes out of the pots. And I noticed after about a week of this thing being full of aphids, all of a sudden there were dead aphids and they were gone, and it was covered with ladybugs. So I don't know if there's a connection between letting some weeds grow and maybe providing some shelter for the ladybugs, but I'm happy. It seemed to have worked. I think I'm going to just let nature take its course here. So after months of not having any kind of gardens at all, I built some tiny raised beds. This was actually some lumber we found out in the desert in a trash pile, and it's not pressure treated wood, it's just some pine or something like that. And we found some 2x6 boards that were about 5 feet long, so I chopped them in half. So the beds are about 5 feet long and then 2.5 feet wide or so. So this was supposed to be spinach and lettuce. It's been completely decimated by doves, so I'm going to be building some kind of cover over it. In the background in the cages you can see I've got some tomatoes. These are going to be some nice San Marzano paste tomatoes. I've got a red bell pepper that's kind of slow to take off. This is my herb bed. Let's see, I've got bee balm, rosemary, some regular Genovese like pesto type basil, some oregano. Let's see if you can see that. Sorry, we're in kind of a shadow here. Thyme. And then a bunch of cilantro. We love Mexican food, making salsa and different things like that. A bunch of Thai basil. We're huge spring roll lovers. That's kind of our Thai basil. It actually went to seed last year. I think I'd bought a plant at Home Depot, let it go to seed, and then months later all of this sprang up. I've actually had to thin a lot. And then over here I'd planted a lot of medicinal herbs like chamomile and things like that. Again, the doves just decimated everything. This dill did seem to live, so maybe that's a tactic for keeping the doves away. Plant some dill around. And then over here, I've got a zucchini. I don't know how big this is going to grow. It is actually starting to set some zucchini. You can see here. And then I've got another one over here. I don't know if it's just a different plant or it's not liking this as much. A little bit smaller. I started them at the same time. And then my poblano pepper is really going nuts. This is probably the biggest one here. They'll get about yay long, we'll see. And then another red pepper that's really not doing too well. And then this is exciting, my cactus. We took this from our other home and I did cactus cuttings. It's an Argentinian saguaro, I believe. And it stayed dormant for about 2 years, just kind of surviving, growing a little bit. And then this year, it made 2 flowers. And I've got a couple others over there, those brown fuzzy things at the top. Those are also some flower buds that are happening. So this looks like it could go tomorrow. So this will be really exciting. I can't wait to see it blooms. It smells amazing. It's just beautiful. Well, that is about it for now. I've got a few things I'm going to be planting today. I bought some lavender after the birds ate my lavender seedlings. And then I'm also going to be doing some dianthus in another place in the patio just to bring a little color in here. So, hope you've enjoyed the update, and I'll try to be more regular with these. Have a great day.